Yes guys, welcome back to the Wolf Supplements YouTube channel. Today we're coming at you with another non-stim pre-workout review. I am honestly super excited to get this down. We are training full body today and you can't beat getting a nice juicy pump on a weekend. Formula looks unbelievable, so let's get into it. So as you can see, we've flashed the formula on screen for you guys to look at, but we've got 9 grams of L-Citrulline, that's pure L-Citrulline. That is a hefty dose of L-Citrulline, nitric oxide precursor, helps with blood flow. And then we're pairing that with 2 grams of citrulline nitrate. Citrulline nitrate is not something that you typically see in UK pump formulas or UK pre-workouts, but it's an amazing ingredient. And yeah, the pumps, every time I've used citrulline nitrate, have been amazing. We've then got Glycersize at 4 grams. Glycersize pulls water into the muscle cells. It helps with hydration, helps you get them balloon type looking pumps. Then we've got betaine at 4 grams. Hefty dose of betaine there. Betaine helps with strength and power output. And we've got Beta Alanine at 3.5 grams. Beta Alanine is more of like a daily saturation type product. To get the lactic acid buffering effects of Beta Alanine, you need to be taking it every single day for a prolonged period of time. 3.5 grams in here though is probably in here just to help with the paraplegia type feel. It gives you that sense of urgency to get to the gym. So next up we've got L-Tyrosine at 3 grams. Well, 3 grams is a very good dose. Then we've got sodium chloride at 1250 milligrams, of which sodium 500 milligrams. Sodium is really good for, again, cellular hydration, but also helps with muscle contractions. Sodium is underrated, to be honest, as a pump ingredient, especially if you're someone who is potentially on a diet, potentially not eating enough sodium. Anyway, even just putting some salt in your pre-workout drink can often help with pumps a lot. Then we've got CDP Choline, which is a nootropic. It helps with focus. That's in there at 800 milligrams. CDP Choline is not a cheap ingredient to put in a pre-workout formula. We've looked at putting it in numerous products before, but it just drove the price up way too high. So at 800 milligrams, that is an amazing dose. It will work super well. And I can tell you now, the guys at the formula are charging 40 quid for this tub. They will not be making silly money on this. This is a very expensive formula to formulate. So yeah, go and support them. It's not cheap to manufacture, and fair play to them for charging 40 quid because it is very well priced. Next up, we've got black pepper extract at 10 milligrams. Black pepper will just help your body to absorb all the other ingredients in here, making sure you get the most out of all the other ingredients. Then we have got huperzine A at 400 micrograms. Again, huperzine A is a focus ingredient. I do honestly prefer CDP Choline, but when you pair huperzine A with CDP Choline, it can kind of amplify the focus style effects. So yeah, let's get to the gym. We have got a full body session with maybe some bag rounds, some boxing rounds at the end of it. So I'm excited to see how this goes. Just going to add as well, mixability on this is sound as old. To say it's got 32 grams, 31.5 gram scoop. I know you can't really see it there, but it mixes really well. And I've got a customer. We're shut at 2, but you're alright, mate, don't worry.
I've got it back at car, the first ever Wolf juice.
I remember, mate, yeah.
I've still got it, I'll have to put it out here. I've still got
Proper,
it.
have you, yeah? Yeah.
It's just installed back at here.
Class. First batch.
First batch, and I think somebody over here said, oh, you're the first one to buy it.
Mad. Oh, come on. It's even got sticker on top. Mate, you absolute legend. You sure you don't want to keep hold of it, mate? That'll go in history books anyway. First ever batch. Take care, have a good one. Oh mate, I got that on camera as well. My guy has just been in and dropped off one of the first ever batches of Wolf juice. That is 4 years ago he bought that. Let's get into the workout. This mixes brilliantly, as I said. Bosh. So I'm 3 sets in and the focus is immense. Tunes are blasting in the ears, feel dialed in. The arms already, Jesus Christ. I've done 2 sets of lat pull down. Honestly, if I can maintain this level of focus and pump for the next hour, we could be on to a serious winner here. Right guys, so after a full session on VASO-DIAL, I'm ready to break down the effects. Honestly, it was exactly as I would have expected going into it. The pumps are unbelievable. Like I said in a clip in the gym, 2 sets into that pull down, my back felt really good, my muscle connection was there, and the arm pump started coming on really strong. I only train weights once or twice a week, and I have done for the last probably 6 months. So like I say, I like to enjoy the sessions. It is nice to get a pump and feel that kind of bodybuilding type feel when you really push your muscles. So you definitely get that with this, and obviously it comes in at a 31.5 gram scoop. I was trying to think on the way back to the shop for the review section what I would potentially add to this or potentially take out. In all honesty, I wouldn't add anything to it, and I wouldn't take anything away from it. It's amazing. It is absolutely bob on. I think if you start adding stuff to it, in my experience anyway, when you go over like a 30 gram serving size, you start running into issues like stomach discomfort. Sometimes it can be overkill to the point where it takes away from your pump, and I don't know why that is, but sometimes it happens. Like I've taken pump products before that have been 35, 36 gram scoops, and you feel good for a little bit, and then the pump kind of just dies away and it fades away really quick. You get a little bit of stomach discomfort. It's not an all-round enjoyable experience. And you've got to bear in mind, like I said, the guys at the Formula are charging £40 for this tub. Their margins on this, I know for a fact, will not be great. They won't be amazing at all. It is not a cheap formula to put together as this. Like I said, the CDP Choline alone costs a hefty chunk. So shout out the guys at the Formula for keeping the price at 40 quid. It is an absolute steal at that. Obviously you can get this on wolfsupplements.co.uk. You can buy it directly from us, or you can go and support the guys at the Formula and buy it directly from them. You won't be disappointed if you're on the market for a new non-stim. It were exactly as I expected. In terms of scoring, I honestly can't give the pump any less than a 5. I'm going to give it a 5, and that's coming from someone who doesn't hit the gym or hit weight sessions that often anymore. I'm not pumping my muscles full of blood every single day, so yeah, I feel like if I hit weights more often, maybe I'd get an even better pump and I'd have an even better mind muscle connection. But unbelievable. I'd put it honestly up there with one of the best I've used, and I've used tons of non-stims over the years. And then in terms of focus as well, I'm going to give focus a 4. I have had non-stim pre's where I've felt more focused, but obviously there's tons of stuff that can go into that score. Please take it lightly. We are very busy at the shop. I've got other stuff on my mind that's taken away from the gym, taken away from training. Obviously, if there was zero stress in your life, if you had nothing else going on and you took something like this, you might be able to focus fully on your session. But there were points where I'd kind of lose focus, and that's not a slam against this product by any means. I did feel really good. I felt good in the shop after taking it. I felt good on the way to the gym. I felt really good when I got to the gym, and I still feel awake and focused now. Maybe to bring it to that 5, you might be looking at something like a little bit of alpha GPC in there. Obviously, we're not even allowed to use alpha GPC in the UK anymore. But in my experience, you can't beat alpha GPC. CDP Choline comes close. I do really like CDP Choline, but effects-wise, if we're comparing alpha GPC and CDP Choline, in my opinion, alpha GPC just feels better. I almost always feel 5 out of 5 dialed in when taking alpha GPC. But the Formula are a UK brand. They're not allowed to use alpha GPC, so that is a bit harsh. But I'm going 4 on focus. I'm going 5 on pump. Brings the overall score to 4.5 out of 5. This is a unbelievable pre-workout. Anyone on the market for a new non-stim, I urge you, honestly, I urge you to try and support the smaller guys like the Formula. I think they've only got VASO-DIAL, they've got the Hydrate, and then they've got a Stim pre-euphoric. They've got 3 products. They're a class company. They're doing everything right. They care about the customers. We are big on supporting smaller brands. I'm not just saying this is good because I'm trying to support them. It is very good, and you'll often find that the smaller brands like us, like the Formula, like many others that we've got in the shop, are honestly making better products than the bigger brands. That's because there's more passion that goes into it. Sam, the owner of the Formula, is passionate about training, and he's passionate about making pre-workouts that he likes to take. I know that for a fact, so it shows. It honestly does. Amazing product. Like I say, you can snag yourself one on wolfsupplements.co.uk, or the formula, go support them. Please go support them. You will not be disappointed. Hope you've enjoyed this review. I certainly have. This has been one of my favourite non-stim products that I've used in a long time, to be honest. Yeah, I'm excited to use it. Thank you, The Formula, for sending us out a sample pack to try, and obviously thank you for letting us stock it in the shop. It's an amazing product. Get yourself online, check it out, and peace.